So today, this video is going to be about the chicken leg story. The chicken leg story. So hi, I'm Celestina, CEO and psychotherapist at Floating Counselling, as well as your business coach. So like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be the chicken leg story. So this story has 4 different generations in it. In the kitchen, there is a young child and her mother. And the mom is cooking. She is cutting the chicken into bits to put inside the pot. And the little girl notices that she has cut off the chicken feet and she has put the chicken feet in the bin. So the little girl asks her Mom, why have you put the chicken leg in the bin? The mom says, that's what we do. That's our culture. That's what we've always done. And the girl says, but why, Mom? Why do you put it in the bin? And the mom says, because that's what we do. That's just what we've always done. And the girl says, but why is that what you do? Why is that what you've always done? And then their mother's mother can overhear this conversation. So she says, that is true. So now it's the grandma talking. And the grandma says, that is true. I don't actually know why we do that. And then the mom turns to the grandma and she says, but that's how you taught me to cook chicken. You taught us that we cut off the chicken feet and we'll put the feet in the bin. And the grandma says, because that's how I was taught. So I taught you to do it like that because that's how I was taught. And then the little girl looks at both of them and she's like, but why do you put it in the bin? Because neither of them is still answering her question of, why do we cut off the chicken feet and put it in the bin? So the little girl and the grandma, the mom's still cooking in the kitchen, so she's still in the kitchen, she's in the kitchen now. So the little girl and the grandma, 3 generations, right? They now go into the living room where the great grandma is in. And the grandma says to her mom, who is now the little girl's great grandma, and she says to her, Mom, Dad, because Dad is there, Mom, Dad, why do we cut off the chicken feet when we cook chicken? And the dad laughed, the mom laughed, so now the great grandparents are laughing their head off like, what a random question, why are you asking us this? So the little girl says, Mom is in the kitchen cooking and she has cut off the chicken feet and thrown it in the bin. And I just want to know, why does she throw it in the bin? And she doesn't know why she throws it in the bin. And grandma doesn't know why we throw it in the bin. So we thought maybe you would know why we throw it in the bin. And then the granddad says, when they were growing up, they were poor and they had little pots. So they used to cut off the chicken feet and throw it in the bin because there was no space in the pots to cook anything else apart from what was important. And what was important is the meaty part of the chicken, which was not the chicken feet. So they used to cut off the chicken feet and throw it in the pot. And the little girl says, but we're not poor and we have a big pot. So why do we cut off the chicken feet and throw it in the bin? So parents, what chicken feet are you cutting off in your family? What chicken feet are you throwing away without questioning why, without even knowing why? What chicken feet are you wasting for absolutely no reason? What is the chicken feet of your family? What is the chicken feet of your life? What is the chicken feet of your husband's family? The chicken feet of his life? The things we call culture, the things we feel we've always done it, the things we feel this is how we just do it, without looking at why we do it. And I think the point of me coming here today is to say to you, why do you do what you do? Why do you react the way you react? And why do you say what you say? Why do you parent the way you parent? It's all learned behavior. The fact is, it's learned behavior. Babies are born blank. They're born unable to speak. They're born blank. And we as parents and society, we pull it into them. The DNA, of course, that comes from the parents, but majority of it is parenting, it's society, it's what we put into them. So Again, what are you doing in your family that is the chicken feet? In your own personal life, in your parenting, in your job, in your career, in your mannerism, what is the chicken feet? What is the thing you think you do just because we always done this? This is what we've always done. I think it's time for us to start looking at it, because some things we do, we no longer need to do it. You're no longer poor. You no longer have a small pot. The pot is big enough now. It's big enough to have the chicken feet in it if you want the chicken feet in it. But to just cut it off and throw it away without even questioning why and finding out if you want it, it's not good enough. It's time you cook that chicken feet. It's time you taste that chicken feet. But most importantly, it's time you ask, why have I been cutting off the chicken feet? Why did my parents or my grandparents or my great-great-grandparents cut off the chicken feet? Why did they cut off the chicken feet? For this particular story, it took 4 different generations for them to be like, oh yeah, we cut it off because we had a small pot. It's time to start asking questions. I hope this has been really awakening, should I say, for you, for your family, for your parenting, for you as a parent. What is the chicken feet? What is your chicken feet? Sometimes you don't need to pass it on.